12 Sports Steve presents your Friday Night Overtime.
We are back with your Friday night double overtime.
And we hit the ground running with a good one in Class AA.
It was a real good one. Elmira and Corning with a close one when these two rivals met in the regular season. It was no different tonight. The Hawks getting the win earlier, 24-12, that back in October. Tonight, Ian Hapster starts it off in the backfield, and Brendan Jaron Reed takes it to the outside. He gets 6, and Corning gets the lead, but the Express are right on their back. Zach Conklin downfield. This is a 50-plus yarder to Julian Colin. He scores it, and we are tied up at 6. Second half now, Elmira out in front, and they add to it. Conklin again, this time on the ground. And he finds Marcus Brooks. Actually, that's in the air, and he finds Marcus Brooks for the touchdown. Express with a 14-point lead. That didn't phase the Hawks, though. James Freeman gets back in the end zone to get the lead back for the Hawks, but Express doing what they do, stopping the Hawks on defense and scoring on offense, and taking the win 35-22. Back-to-back AA champs.
Over in Section 4, 8-man football, number 2, Trumansburg versus number 1, Moravia. The Blue Raiders already up 7-0. And they call the fake reverse. It's Nicholas Nelson lowering the shoulder, and it's 13-0. First and 10 for Trumansburg. Nelson throws it up. David Williams, he sheds a tackle. Will he get caught? Nope, he's in. It's 20-0 at half. Moravia comes out of half on a mission. Thomas Palmer finds a wide open Joe Baylor for 6. 2-point attempt, no good though. After a block punt, Blue Devils get the ball back, and Palmer under pressure slings it to Riley Jones, and it's 20-12 just like that. Next drive, 2nd and 10 for the Blue Raiders. Nelson lobs it up to Derwin Good. What a catch. It's 27-12. Moravia turning the ball over 6 times. There you go, Zach, get in there. Blue Raiders would score another. Trumansburg takes home the Section 4 8-man title, 34-12.
Even with all the Section 4 finals that are taking place tonight. That's right, we have crowned 4 champions already. We previewed one more game, and we got one more to go.
Oh, yeah, we do. You got that right, Zach. We got a big Class C championship on tap tomorrow between the Waverly Wolverines and Shenango Fort's Blue Devils.
Absolutely. That is 2 teams in the top 3 in the state for Class C. Waverly Wolverines would be perfect right now if it wasn't for that overtime loss to Maine Anwell. But the Wolverines are averaging a margin of victory that's more than 40 points this season, along with 5 shutouts defensively. Waverly dominant and led by a plethora of standout talent, like, of course, the UConn commit just went up there and got that ball. You got Moss' son, Xavier Watson, along with Colson Keithley and Fletcher Good. This team will be a tough matchup for the Shenango Forks defense.
You said it, Zach. This Shenango Forks defense is the top defense in the section, letting up less than 100 points this entire season. The most points scored against them all season came from West Hill, who put up 28 points in the loss. The Blue Devils' lone loss coming to the hands of Maine Enwell, where they gave up 21 points. On the offensive side, senior running back Finn Stark has been their go-to guy, and they'll lean on him in this one. Kickoff is at noon tomorrow.
Football, not the only fall sport wrapping up the playoff season, though, as a handful of teams in soccer, field hockey, and volleyball are competing over the weekend in New York State Tournament games. Vestal, winners of Section 4 once again this year, will take on Section 2's Columbia Blue Devils in the Final 4 for girls soccer. The Bears, 13-3-2 at the moment, took down Goshen last week to lock up a spot in the state semi and capture the regional crown. That game is at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday at TC3. We spoke to head coach Gina Talbot earlier today about the matchup.
Everybody's good at this stage, you know, like everybody's here for a reason, so we're just trying to figure out the best way to play them, because skill-wise, you know, we're as good as we're going to get, they're as good as they're going to get, so now it's working on what we got to do to beat them.
Also in action on Saturday will be the Class AA champions for girls volleyball, the Union Kennecott Tigers. UE's one of 5 Section 4 volleyball teams taking part of the state tourney, including 4 games in the area being held at Candor High School. We caught up with Tigers head coach Paige Franny as well for her thoughts on tomorrow's matchup with Minisink Valley.
I think we have to keep attacking. We've watched a little bit of film on Minisink Valley, and we want to minimize the amount of free balls that we send over the net to them. We really just want to play our game and maybe catch them off guard. They're a very good team from what I've watched, so we're excited.
Owego, Windsor, Tioga, and Candor all also on the court tomorrow in state tournament games, plus Whitney Point. Girls field hockey just 2 games away from its 4th straight state championship. And guys, that is it for us this season for Friday Night Overtime. There's going to be some state games, and we'll have those highlights. But I thank you, and we thank all of you for another wonderful season here on the WBNG. We're back tomorrow morning with Southern Tier Kickoff. We'll see you then.